All right, today we are going to discuss another fun topic. It is called proportions. Okay, so let's first define what a proportion is. So a proportion is a type of equation. Okay, so an equation we know has to have an equal sign. Okay, and it shows that two ratios are equivalent. So we know that a ratio is when we compare one amount to another amount, and it's usually written as a fraction. Okay, and we don't like to say the word fraction too much, but it looks like a fraction. So for instance, if I have the proportion or the ratio 2 to 1, I can say that that is equal to the ratio 4 to 2. Now they look like fractions, but we can't say fractions. Okay, these are proportions. We read it 2 to 1 and 4 to 2. And that is equal. We could also say that the ratio 4 to 2 is equal to the ratio 8 to 4. Now all we did was multiply the first and second term times 2 to get that. We could also say the ratio for, no, I take that back. The ratio 2 to 1 is the same as 6 to 3. Okay, I just multiplied each of these times 3. Okay, so that is the general definition of a proportion. Now, what we are going to do, what we could do to check to make sure if something is indeed a proportion, we are going to do is find what is called the cross products. Cross products. So say I have two ratios. So I'm going to say 4 to 8 and 2 to 4. I want to find out, are these two equals? In other words, does this form a proportion? What I'm going to do is cross multiply. And so here is what you do. I start at my first term here. I'm going to draw an arrow diagonally. Then I'm going to do the same thing here, diagonally. I'm going to go from top to bottom. Then I'm going to multiply in that direction. So this is 2 times 8. 2 times 8. This is 4 times 4. Now I'm going to do these multiplications. 2 times 8 is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. So therefore, 4 to 8 and 2 to 4 is a proportion. These two ratios are equal. Right? Let's do another one. Let's see if another one is equal. So we're going to do 3 to 5 and 9 to 15. I am going to cross multiply. I'm going to find the cross product. So I am going to go from upper to lower and multiply. This one is 9 times 5. This one is 3 times 15. 9 times 5 is 45. 3 times 15 is 45. So yes, these are equal. Therefore, it is a proportion. Now, why do I need to know this? Okay, so I'm going to give you a problem. 3 to 4, I want to create a proportion, in other words, an equal ratio of some number over 16. Okay, so I've got a ratio and a ratio. I want to find what number n should be in order to make these equal, in order to make them a proportion. So we know that a proportion, in a proportion, the cross products have to be equal. So I'm going to do my little arrow, start at the top and go down, start at the top and go down. So now I'm going to go down and I have to multiply these together. N and 4. So we're going to say that's 4 times n. And then I'm going to multiply this way. 3 times 16, and those have to be equal. Okay, so 3 times 16 is 48. So I have 4 times n equals 48. It becomes a one-step equation. So when we have 4 n, I am going to divide each side by 4. We are left with n equals 48 divided by 4, 12. So in order to make this a proportion, n has to equal 12. And that is your introduction to proportions.